Well, hello there, people in the internet, and hello again. I am TheMBmulti. Welcome to part 57 of my Let's Play Doki Doki Blue Skies. In the previous episodes, it was a pretty heavy episode because Natsuki came to my house completely bruised up, black eye, nose bleeding, and she had been beaten up by her dad, and everything was pretty heavy. And now apparently we are just at school, so I'm guessing this is like a day after or a few days after or something, I don't know. We'll see. Excuse me, sensei? Ah, Mark, how are you doing? I'm alright. You sure? You don't sound alright. Well, I'm mostly alright. Something wrong? It's just high school stuff. Ah, I see. Here, sit down. I've got the period off. Let's talk this out. Yeah, sure. Sounds great. Sakurai sits back down into his seat, and I take the seat adjacent from him. He reaches into his desk and pulls out a soda can. You keep soda in your desk? Lucky. Indeed. We both laugh at Sakurai's quip. So, what's been bothering you? Well, now that I think about it, it might be a bit, you know, personal? Yeah. Well, only share what you're comfortable sharing. Alright. It's just relationship problems. Oh, right. High school relationships. Oh boy. Yeah, I know. It's interesting. That's one word for it. I've been in my fair share of relationships though, especially in high school. Granted, they all failed miserably, but that's beside the point. If you want my honest advice, it's that communication is key. If you have problems with the relationship, tell her that. Won't she just get pissed at me? Well, no. Not if you say the right thing. Doesn't that apply to everything about relationships? Yeah, that is true. Well, if you really have problems, then say something. I don't really know if I should say something though. She's in a bit of a tough spot right now, and... Oh, okay. I think I get what you were saying. You don't have to keep going if you don't want to. I nod my head. I'm not gonna push you any more than I already have. But as a teacher and adult, I'll say this. If push comes to shove, Mark, go to an adult. I know how basic and stupid that sounds, trust me. But you're only a kid. Don't think you can handle everything on your own. I was like you. Thought I didn't need any help at all. That I could handle everything on my own. I learned the hard way that wasn't true. Really? Yes, really. High school hasn't changed much. Except now they pay the teachers even less. Well, I mean, look around. This school is kinda cheap. It's a public school, of course it is. It's nicer than where I went. Really? Where'd you go? I went to a private school, believe it or not. I never liked the teachers, to be honest. That's part of why I became a teacher. I wanted to be the opposite of what my teachers were. Sorry for going off on a tangent like that. Guess it just slipped out. No, it's alright. I'm glad you became a teacher though. You're one of my favorites, to be honest. Ah, thanks, Mark. Don't tell anyone this, but you're one of my favorites. I'm not supposed to pick favorites, but you're my favorites. Teachers do have favorites. No, duh. Despite what we all say, we all do have favorites. And least favorites. Like? That's not for you to know, mister. What time is it? 2 minutes. Till? I've got another student coming in for help halfway through this period. You should probably get back to lunch. Yeah, probably. Alright, well, have a good weekend, sensei. You too, Mark. Remember what we talked about. And do your homework. Fine. I love that guy. He's an actual human being who I can talk to. A rare sight in the school. As I turn away and walk towards the doorway, a familiar face comes around the corner. Hey Mark, what's up, Sayori? Going to a teacher. And you are? Going to lunch. Oh, with that pink-haired girl, huh? That's the one. Is she your girlfriend? Yep. Wow, really? Yeah, is that surprising? A little bit, yeah. Hey, just messing with you. Good for you, though. I can't get a guy for the life of me. If it makes you feel any better, I've got no idea how Natsuki fell for me. Maybe it's just luck, you know? Something like that. Anyway, I've got to get going, so I'll see you around. Bye! Okay, so we got some advice from Sakurai. Sakurai-sensei. Well, I'm curious what my character is going to do with that advice. It's Wednesday. Finally! Today's the day when Mom gets back. I don't even... Okay, I'm glad the game now announces when she arrives, because, you know... I don't even know how long it's been since she was last here. Let's see. She came back around Christmas, which is when I started dating Natsuki. She left like mid-January, the day Natsuki started shoplifting. I love how that's how you remember it by. Considering it's the start of March, I'd say it's been around 2 months. That's longer than she's usually gone. Mostly she's on the trips for like a month tops. Excluding the trip where she went on before I joined the literature club, of course. A lot has happened since then, hasn't it? The festival, Halloween, Christmas, my first kiss. That's a lot of stuff. The festival feels like ages ago, to be honest. Jeez, what a day that was. And then there's what's been happening more recently with Natsuki's revelation. It's been a few days, but it's strange. Although we've still been talking like normal, I feel like there's been a bit of a wedge since that night. She hasn't said much, and a bit of makeup helped hide her bruises for school, but how do I act around her? Do I pretend like nothing happens? Or should I be trying to fix the problem? She said it was a one-off thing. But is that really the case? No. Of course not, she's just saying that. The more I think about it, the more my head hurts. I want to trust Natsuki's judgment, but how can I if I know that she's been suffering and hiding it? What could I even do to help? Should I get some advice? Even though I know telling someone would be going behind Natsuki's back. And even if I did, how would that help? Who would I talk to? With my swirling emotions beginning to spiral, I'm being suddenly brought out of the depths of my mind by a familiar voice. Hi, Sayori. Mark, you okay? Huh? Oh, sorry, Sayori, I was just thinking about stuff. Oh, alright. You sure you're okay? You look like you have a lot on your mind. I guess you could say that. You don't know the half of it, Sayori. Well, I don't know the half. Well, my character doesn't know the half of what's going on in Sayori's mind either, but alright. It's nothing though. There's some stuff I got to deal with. Do you want any help? As much as I appreciate the offer, and I really do, this is something I got to work out on my own. Sorry. No, it's alright, I understand. I just don't like seeing you so down. What are you talking about? Well, I don't know. You just seem down today. I'm just a bit tired, that's all. Yeah, I haven't got much sleep since last week. Really, Sayori, if I had a genuine... if I had a genuine problem, I'd come to you. You mean it? I mean it. I was about to say, yeah, that's a bold-faced lie, but yeah, I really hate lying to Sayori. But I can't afford getting her all mixed up in this. This isn't her burden to bear. Alright. Oh, by the way, when's your mom coming home? Today, actually. Really? Awesome. Can I say hi to her? She's the best. Sure thing. Once the club's over, we can walk home together. Just like old times, huh? That sounds like fun. When does the club end anyway? I quickly glance at the clock. About 5 minutes. Can't we just leave now then? Monika wouldn't care. Alright, if you say so. If you say so. Vlaktrooper, doing my time. Sayori and I pack up our stuff and head for the door. Bye, Monika, we're gonna go home early so I can say hi to Mark's mom. That's... Never mind. Have fun, you two. Everyone else can head home too. It's about that time anyway. Wait, Mark, are we still on for tonight? Yep, see you at 5. Cool, see ya. It looks like Natsuki wants to say something, but she just shakes her head and waves us goodbye. What was that about Natsuki? Oh, nothing. My mom wanted to meet her, so we're having dinner tonight. Oh, really? Yeah, it's gonna be so awkward. Well, I'm sure everything will be fine. Your mom is so sweet. You have nothing to worry about. Yeah, you see, mom has a tendency to embarrass me. Remember our elementary graduation? Oh yeah, I totally forgot about that. I guess you have a point, huh? See what I mean? Anyway, we're here. Yeah, I hope so. What do you mean, what? Is it just me or does this line feel completely out of place? Like, what? Mom, you here? In the kitchen, sweetie. Mom! Hey, Mark. I will go over to her and give her a big hug. And Sayori, I haven't seen you in ages, sweetheart. Yay! Hey, I know, it's been so long. How have you been? Oh, I've been alright. You know how work is. How about you? Oh, I'm okay. School's been going well too. That's good to hear. You're always the smart one out of you two. Mom points at Sayori and I. Hey! You haven't changed a bit, Sayori. I'm glad you two are still friends, especially after all this time. Yeah, we're all good, right, Sayori? I put my hand on her shoulder. Yep. That's good to hear. So, what brings you here, Sayori? Oh, I just wanted to stop by and say hi. I've got to do homework, but it was nice to see you again. It was nice to see you too, honey. Take care. I'll try. With Sayori headed out the door, Mom and I are left alone. She's a sweetheart. Yeah, she really is. I'm honestly kinda surprised you two aren't dating. What? Why? Oh, only I wish. I wish. Or Yuri, but you haven't met Yuri yet. Well, you two seem perfect for each other. I mean, I'll always love Sayori, don't get me wrong, but she's always been a friend to me, and I'm alright with just leaving it at that. Besides, I have a girlfriend anyway. Who I get to meet tonight. Yep. Don't embarrass me, please. No promises. I grumble something under my breath. No, it says no, it's ding dong, not ring, but alright, I'll forgive you. Ah crap, she's already here. Don't worry, Mark, I'll set the table. You go let her in. Alright, if you say so. I walk to the door and open it up. Hey! Hey there. I step out the doorway so Natsuki can come inside. Is there anything I need to know before I meet your mom? Nah, she's pretty normal. She will try her best to embarrass me though. Really? Oh, this will be fun. Yay! Or whatever. Why, hello, you must be Natsuki. Mom stretches her hands. Hi, Oka-san. Oh, that means mother, I think. Nice to meet you. Or something, I don't know Japanese. Natsuki takes her hand and shakes it. I've heard so much about you from Mark. Really? Natsuki turns to look at me. Like what exactly? Well, I've heard great things about your cooking skills. Mark said you were what got him into cooking. Yeah, I'm good in the kitchen. I've loved cooking ever since I was young. You're still young, Natsuki. Really? That's pretty interesting. Mom points at me. I only got into cooking after this one was born. His father couldn't cook for the life of him. Natsuki giggles. My dad's the same way. My mom does all the cooking. Here, let's sit down and chat. Mike, would you be a dear and finish up dinner? And get me a glass of water? No problem. Want anything to drink, Natsuki? Water's good. Gotcha. While Mom and Natsuki move into the living room and carry on their conversation, I finish up with dinner and grab Mom's glass of water. Ooh, this looks good. Shrimp tempura with carrots and sweet peas. Yep, seasoned with soy sauce and ginger because, yeah, I'm also a master chef. Although, not too much credit to you, Natsuki, because when during the Yuri ride I also became a master chef. Because Yuri also does some good cooking. And I actually learned how to cook salmon teriyaki in real life because Yuri mentioned it during when I was doing the Yuri route, and I wanted to try it out because it sounded pretty cool. So Yuri has actually got more cooking influence on me than you, Natsuki. Do you have Tetsuyu sauce? I'm sorry for butchering the Japanese language there. Who doesn't? Crazy people, that's who. Here's your sauce. Thanks. After a healthy slathering of Tetsuyu sauce, we all begin eating. There's a small period of awkward silence before Mom finally strikes up a conversation. So how long have you two been together exactly? I look at Natsuki and she looks back at me with an equally confused look. Around 2.5 months maybe? That's how long we've been officially dating. Yeah, we've been hanging out consistently since the festival. I nod my head. Well, it sounds like a match made in heaven. Especially considering how you both like manga. You told her that? That's kinda how we met, so yeah, it came up in conversation. Natsuki jokingly pouts, causing Mom and I to laugh. You two are so funny. You guys met in the literature club, correct? Yep. Sayori invited him, I think. Actually, I think I asked her if I could join. I don't really remember, it was a while ago. Regardless, we just sort of get along with each other. Yeah. You were the one with good poetry. Mom giggles. What? Sorry, just still can't imagine Mark as a poet. Hey! Natsuki and Mom both laugh at me. You'd actually be surprised, Mark's poetry isn't half bad. Really? Well, yeah, compared to everyone else in the club. Speaking of which, how many people are in the club exactly? I know about you, Sayori, and someone named Monika? Oh, right, Monika. She's the president of the club. She's alright, we argue sometimes, but when she's not forcing us to do stuff, we get along. And then there's Yuri. Oh boy. Uh-oh, it sounds like there's some drama. Most definitely. Natsuki and Yuri do not get along. Well, she's just so pretentious about it, but oh, you stop! Oh my god, if this turns into an entire session of being mean to Yuri, don't you dare make me read that. Even on, like, what the hell? Why is this such a big issue? When it was on the Yuri route, the entire point was to make sure that Yuri and Natsuki got along, and I helped with that. And why are we all acting like Yuri is the big bad in this story? Why Yuri is like our arch nemesis or something? I put my hands up. Alright, I'm not getting back into this. Mom laughs as she shakes her head. High schoolers. Just wait till you get into the real world. You would not believe the stuff I have to deal with while I'm on business trips. Really? Like what? Oh, here we go. Thanks for having me over. I had fun. Of course, Natsuki. It was nice to meet you. You too. I'll see you later, Mark. Yeah, catch you later, Natsuki. Natsuki waves one last goodbye and heads off. She's a real sweetheart. Well... I like Yuri and Sayori more, but alright. Yeah, she is. I predicted that. Nice. Have you said you love her yet? What? No, of course not. Well, do you? about that. I shake my head. I nod my head. I just don't think now is a good time. Why not? Alright, don't tell Natsuki I told you this, but essentially Natsuki has home problems. Like, sometimes her dad can't afford to feed her kind of problems. Oh dear. Did she tell you this? Yeah, a while back. I've been trying my best to help her in any way I can. Buying her dinner and lunch, you know, stuff like that. Oh, that's sweet, Mark. But this seems pretty serious. Do you think we should maybe call someone? What? No, it's not that bad. She's just in a tough spot, that's all. I see. Mom waits an hour before finally taking a deep breath. Regardless, I'm glad to see you're being a good person. Makes me feel like I did an alright job as a parent. You're a great parent, Mom, don't worry. Mom chuckles and runs her hand through my hair. She sighs. I just wish I could be home more. I feel bad that you're going through high school all alone. Don't feel bad though, I can handle myself just fine. I know, you're almost an adult. But I can't help feeling I'm missing out on some part of your childhood. On part of your childhood. Well, adulthood almost. This is just the hand we've been dealt, right? Besides, I'm going to college soon. This is good practice, huh? Yeah, you do have a point. Here. Mom reaches into her pocket and pulls out her wallet. Take this. Oh, my credit card info. Take everything. It's for when I have to leave again. She hands me a large amount of bills. Bills, as in like I actually have bills you have to pay. Here, I need you to pay me a whole bunch of money up front. I quickly count them all. 25,000 yen? Awesome. Yeah, how much is that? I remember that 5,500 yen was about like 49 euros or something, or something along those lines. I'll quickly Google it. Because I'm curious. No, not yes. Yen to euro, yeah. Yeah, 1 Japanese yen is 0.0077 euros. Today. Alright, so change. Oh, fuck off with your stupid ads. 25,000. Yes, 25,000 yen. That is 192 euros and 57 cents. 58 cents if you round it off. So, almost 200 euros. Okay. Well, it is quite a bit of money. That's for sure. Alright, well, at least we know. It's about 200 euros. I also saw, like, in Roller Coaster Tycoon, you can change the currency from euros to yen or whatever. You can, or dollars or guilders, I believe, as well, and just a whole bunch of different currencies. And Japanese yen is also there. And then there was like a video about the exchange rates between that, and they just made it very simple. Like 1 euro is the same as $1, and then but for yen that doesn't work, so they just made 1 euro is 100 yen to make it very simple, you know. And then someone in the comments says, I usually. When I play Roller Coaster Tycoon, I usually put all the money to yen because then it looks like I'm making more money. Which I thought was quite funny. Anyway, hey, don't get any ideas, mister. That's for groceries. Spend it wisely. Alright. Good. She yawns. My, I'm sorry. Ada. I'm sorry. It's a Japanese and then my, it just happens automatically. Ada, I'm tired. Your girlfriend can talk a lot, can't she? Yeah, but only if she likes you, which I'm pretty sure she does. That's good to hear. I'm gonna turn in, sweetheart. Have a good night. Thanks, you too. She starts for the 2nd floor, but stops when she reaches the stairbase. One more thing, yeah? Save a little of that for Natsuki. She flashes a sly smile before walking upstairs, leaving me alone with my thoughts. Save a little of the money for Natsuki. That's not a bad idea, actually. I'm sure her dad will also appreciate an extra 25. Oh, just give everything. Sure. Wait a second, what about me? How am I gonna pay for food if I don't have money? Well, I do already have a job. If I start working more hours and start saving, I could live off of my salary. But working more hours would mean I'd have to quit the literature club. No. I'd also have to work weekends too, which means I can't say goodbye to my free time, as well as hanging out with Natsuki and Sayori. And Yuri. And Yuri. Or anyone for that matter. Jeez, that's a tough decision. Either I keep spending time with my friends and continue helping Natsuki like I have been, or basically throw away my entire social life for Natsuki. I mean, I know I love her, but is this worth it? Either way, it's probably not a decision to make lightly. I'll sleep on it, I suppose. Okay, seriously, I thought that I had to choose there. Yeah, that was never going to work. Sitting up, I glance around the dark room. There's no mystery to me as to why I can't sleep. I can't get the image of Natsuki out of my head. She asked me to ignore it, but can I really do that? Even if it was a one-time thing, can I honestly stand by when she's in pain? I sit and think to myself for a while, pondering the options that lie before me. I don't want to hurt Natsuki, but can I really allow her to get hurt? What third option is there? How can everyone walk away from this? I instinctively reach my hand to my throat before realizing how dehydrated I am. Shaking my head, I slowly stand up. Reaching for my phone on my nightstand, I turn it on. The time reached 1:17 AM, I guess. It's not like I could get help with this either. She'd kill me if I told anyone. Or would she? If I'm discreet about it, asking for advice without letting on what's actually going on. I could ask Sakudai for help again, but I don't really think it can wait until morning. Until morning anyway. What do you mean? How do you know that? Like, you're saying it like you know for certain that something terrible is going on right now. Like it can't wait any longer. How are you sure? Sitting back down, I open my contacts and see a simple message. Or send this. Are you free before school tomorrow? Send? Yeah, send a simple message. Not expecting a response, I put my phone back and grab a glass of water from the kitchen. Trudging back up the stairs, feels like a nightmare. With each step I take, feeling heavier than the last. My eyes are struggling to stay open. Maybe I'll get some sleep this time, huh? As I crawl back into bed, I notice the blinking on my phone and reach over to it. A reply already? Whoa, hey, Monika! Sure, where would you like to meet? Wow, again, stuff like this also makes me super interested in the Monika route, which isn't there. You know, like also in the Yuri and Sayori routes, there were also like tiny hints of what Monika's route would have been like. You know, also with parents, like overbearing parents in her case. And you know, like I'm messaging her at 1:17 AM on a school day or something. And she immediately replies. That's also like, I'm like, what's going on? Is she can she also not sleep, or is she forced to stay up at night to finish work because her parents were like, oh, you have to finish this work right now or whatever, and then she's not allowed to go to bed before that's finished or something? Like, there's so many questions. I want to go on the Monika route to figure it out, but there is no Monika route, and I'm angry. But okay, he's coming to Monika for help. Maybe try Yuri. I mean, I know they're not the best friends, but we can fix that. Because I fixed it in the... Well, I didn't fix it. Yuri fixed it. But I helped with supporting Yuri while she fixed it in the Yuri route. You know, that was all Yuri. I suggested maybe you should... You know, you wanted... Because Yuri wanted to be better friends with Natsuki, but she just didn't know how. So I just, like, encouraged her a little bit. But all the other work was all her. Was all her. So she did all the work. So, you know. Still rubbing the sleep from my eyes, I quickly make my way out to the door. I'm already running a little late, but it's too early for me to care about all that much. I've thrown on my uniform and left without breakfast, so I need to work something out on the way to school. However, it's not as if I didn't have a good reason. For a moment though, I pause to look at Sayori's house. I smile, thinking of how she's still in bed right now, hopefully sleeping like a baby. Sorry, Sayori, I guess I'll have to see you at school. With my apologies spoken to nothing but the chilly morning air, I bring my thoughts back to the road. There's no time left to waste, so I break out into a jog. In all likelihood, she's already waiting for me. I pull the door open and step into the air-conditioned, comfortable temperature of the cafe. Taking a deep breath, I start to scan the room. As I stand by the door, I take a bit of time to wipe the small amount of sweat from my brow and fix my uniform, calming my racing heart. It isn't often that I run like that, especially not in uniform. Taken aback by the sheer number of people in the little venue, I find myself a little anxious. Did she find a seat? Did she even bother to stay after seeing it so full? After unsuccessfully scanning the room, I take out my phone to see a message I'd missed. I'm down the back near one of the booths. I've saved a seat for you, Monika. You are the best friends in existence. Yeah, what do you know? I had nothing to worry about after all. I will. Of course not. It's Monika. I mean, it's Blue Skies Monika. It's not real. Self-aware Monika. This is Blue Skies Monika. Blue Skies Monika is awesome. I walk carefully to the back of the cafe, trying not to bump into anyone to the best of my ability. It isn't exactly easy to weave through the crowds, and it makes me seriously wonder why so many people are here at all. They can't all be salarymen here for a morning cup of coffee, right? I'm surprised they're not more worried about being late to work. Eventually, though, I found myself facing the only person I could possibly see myself talking to about this. Hey, Monika! Hey, Mark, I almost thought you weren't coming with how long you took. Oh, sorry about that, I was running late. Considerate guy you are, huh? Huh? You know, calling me out and then being late to our meeting. This is why I hate making mistakes in front of Monika. She's always so sarcastic. I can never tell if she's actually angry or just joking. Sorry, you're totally right to be mad. It's just that I've been kind of fuzzled and on edge lately. Aren't we all? What's that? Nothing. Yeah, you see fucking stuff like that. I hate it. I hate that they left it in and then cut out Monika's route. I hate it. Because, she's hinting at something that's going on in her life that we never get to know because Monika's route is not real. They cut it out. But they left stuff like this in to tease me. Making me want to go on the Monika route before I went on the Natsuki route. Because I would have. If the Monika route was still in the game, I would have gone for the Monika route and then Natsuki's route would be lost. Nothing. So what did you want to talk about? Monika, are you good? Look, don't worry about it. We're here to talk about your problems, right? As much as I need to get things off my chest, I feel like I should check up on Monika too. Exactly. After all, she's my friend too. Not to mention, she might be less inclined to wave off my situation if I'm nice about it. Hey, it's not good to brush off everything that's on your mind. Plus, I'm your friend, aren't I? So feel free to talk about your problems too. Mark, if I want to talk about something, I'll talk about it. I'm not trying to hide anything. You don't need to presume that I'm simply being shy about it. Frankly, I'd appreciate it if you dialed back on the hero complex. I blinked, taken aback by your response. Sorry if I came off that way. Suddenly it occurs to me just how wound up I am. I haven't even taken a seat yet. My mind churns as I slide into a chair. I can't mess things up now. No, that was a bit harsh. Sorry, I'm just tired. Although, I know that's not an excuse for snapping at you. Well, I don't blame you. You've always been busy with extracurriculars and stuff. It's alright. I mean, I kind of chose to join all those things. Anyway, never mind all that. Let's cut to the chase before we're late for school. What's up? I paused, knowing I would have to be careful with my next words. The last thing I want to do is hurt her by revealing I'm thinking about leaving the club. Oh, seriously? You seriously talk? That's... I thought you were going to talk about Natsuki. About that you're like, what? No! Especially someone who has been so supportive and friendly towards me for all this time. I'm considering leaving the club. Quick to follow up, I add. But not because I don't like it. I love the club. It's given me the chance to reconnect with Sayori and get closer to you and meet Yuri. And well, Natsuki, of course. Monika pauses for a moment. It's hard to read her expression, although I notice that she is absentmindedly picking at a fingernail. She closes her eyes and takes a breath before responding to my revelation. Is it me? Or Natsuki? Was it the festival? A grimace crosses Monika's features, finally breaking her poker face. Does she think that it's her fault I'm leaving? No, nothing like that. I actually asked you to come here because I needed your advice. Monika's expression seems to change again. This time, a smirk flashes across her face for a moment, but as fast as it appears, it's gone. Well, you are a member of my club, so it's only natural that I help you out. You've been a little distant lately, so I've been concerned myself. I can't help but smile in response to her half-sarcastic comments. That's the Monika I know. I know we don't have much time before school, so I'll just start from the beginning. Natsuki's having some financial trouble, and I've got the money to help her and her family out. The only problem is if I do, it will force me to quit the club and get a part-time job to support myself. I don't want to quit the club because that would separate me from all of you, but I can't stand by and do nothing. What would you do? Monika listens to my explanation and seems to ponder it for a moment. I start to wonder whether I should have given more detail to help the explanation, or less detail to protect Natsuki, but I can trust Monika. She's always supported all of us. She'd never do anything to hurt our friends. She's too good. She's too good-hearted. It's the reason we respect her so much as the club leader. Looking back at Monika, I notice her still deep in thought. She's using her hands like a set of skills and she is biting her lip. Am I the only person you've asked about this? Yes. Why? Keep it that way. We don't want it going around that Natsuki is having issues in her home life. I know what that's like. It's bad enough without her classmates knowing about it as well. And it's bad enough without her classmates knowing about it as well. Yeah, wait, she knows what that's like? Yeah, I want to go on the Monika rides. Come on. I want to see what story they've made for her. Because, you know, all the other ones, like Sayori, Yuri and Natsuki, all the other ones, they were in the base game already. Like, they're the start of their stories. I mean, it wasn't in as much detail, but they just needed to expand on it. But for Monika, of course, there was nothing. So they had to think of everything for Monika's route, so which was cut out. Is she having trouble too? As I open my mouth to ask, Monika continues. This isn't a decision you should take lightly. You'll lose the club and the emotional support from its members. There isn't enough time in our breaks to really make that up. So don't expect to remain as close to the club. I wince at the statement. Losing the friends I've made would be hard, even if it's only a temporary measure. On the other hand, there's no telling what will happen to Natsuki if you don't help her. I don't know the details, but if it's bad enough that you're coming to me, then I can make an educated guess. I nod slowly and look down at the table. I think your top priority is to help Natsuki though. I know it must be really hard to leave the club, but if it makes you feel any better, it'll probably still be around next year as well. Yeah, I guess you're right. Well, we don't have much time left, so we'll have to get going. But thank you for listening to me, at least. It helped to put things into perspective a little bit. I'm glad it could help. By all means, if you need any more advice or help, feel free to talk to me about this. Don't hesitate to reach out again, no matter what you decide. Anyway, I've got to attend something quickly before school, so I'll catch you later, Mark. Yeah, see you in the club, Monika. Monika gets up, leaving me to my thoughts. It's high time I decide. Do I want to give Natsuki my savings at the expense of spending less time with her, working more, and leaving the friends I've made? Or do I keep the money and try to help her another way? Oh no! What the hell? Okay. No! Why? Why is that route with my least favorite person? Why does the route with my least favorite person has one of the most difficult decisions to make? There wasn't any decision like this in Yuri's or Sayori's routes. At least not that I remember. I mean, on Yuri's route, I had to choose like, I love you, I like you, or I like your scars. I mean, that was super easy. Of course I didn't like her scars. I liked her, with or without. So that was the correct answer, obviously. And, you know, like, partially helping her with overcoming her social anxiety a little bit, and then other times letting her do it herself and stuff like that. And with Sayori, there were barely any choices. The only, like, significant choice I had to make was that I wanted to be with her during therapy if she wanted me there. And not saying, you need to face this on your own. That was, like, it was an important decision, but it was difficult because, of course, I was gonna go and, what's it called? Of course I was gonna go and support her and go to her therapy sessions, of course. So, you know, the decision was important, but it was difficult. But this decision is important and it is difficult because both sides have, you know, like both sides have a, like good and bad sides to it. Okay, yeah, well, I guess if I keep the money, it is mostly like a selfish thing, I guess, because I keep my friends, I don't have to spend too much time working or whatever. I can spend all the time with my friends that I want, can hang out with Sayori, hang out with Yuri, hang out with Natsuki, hang out with Monika. But, you know, it doesn't fix Natsuki's problem. But if I donate the money, it does. But, yeah, I have to sacrifice so incredibly much if I do that. Lose the club, lose all my friends, can't really hang out with the girlfriend that I'm trying to help at this point. So, like, huh? Like, Okay. I need to imagine that it is Yuri. That's the only way I'm going to make a proper decision here. I need to imagine that it's not Natsuki that I'm trying to help, it's Yuri that I'm trying to help. Or Sayori. That's the only way I'm gonna give this a rational thought. So, Yuri is having problems at home, and she has money problems. And the only way I can help her is if I give her all the money that I have, and then don't have the ability to spend time with her. Or do spend time with her and just keep it as it is. If it's Yuri, what would I do? Well, then, yeah, well, now that I think about it, even if I would donate the money and do all that work for her, Yuri would appreciate it, but I don't know whether Natsuki would appreciate it. You know? Like, Natsuki has mentioned many times over that she doesn't want any help. And that could just be like an automatic response, even though she wants help, but she's like, you know? But... Why does the route with my least favorite character have such a difficult decision to make? The hell? Like, of course donating the money could help Natsuki. You know, like, it solves her problems a little bit and I can still get by. But I lose all my spare time, I lose my friends, I lose the club, I lose everything that made me happy. And there's also a slight possibility that it might backfire because Natsuki would be angry because I tried to fix her problems and she didn't want me to do that. So there is a chance it'll backfire even. But if I just keep it and make things go along the way they are, like, who knows, maybe, like, she said that it was only a one-time thing, but I think we all know that that's a bit of a lie. So, like, if you just this is like standing by the sidelines and helping out. Like, this is like, you know, like let's compare it to a football match. This is like standing to the sideline and yelling on the football match and then hope that it helps your team winning. And this is jumping on the field and helping, which has the possibility of actually, yeah, so, you know, that's like kind of like the difference. This is standing by the sideline of the football field and yelling at your team to tell them what to do, and then hope that works, with the off chance that it doesn't work, and then you couldn't really do any, yeah, and then you like have to say, well, I couldn't really do anything because I stood by the sideline and I never actually joined the field, so, you know. And this is pulling one of your players off the field, jumping on the field, and playing yourself. With the chance that it actually works out and you win. And also with the chance that the other 10 people on your team are like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? You know? That's the difference between these two. And both have both have positives and both have negatives. Wow, this is by far the most difficult decision in the game in this mod so far, and it is for my least favorite character, which sucks. But yeah, if it was Yuri, I think I would donate the money and then work my ass off to support myself, and then, you know, like, take the loss of my friends for the time being for granted. But like, I think Yuri would still appreciate that if I did that, you know? Like, she would, of course, say that I didn't need to do that, but then Yuri would help to support me too, so that I don't have to work as much or whatever, so I could rejoin the club, and then, you know, we would kind of work it out. And I think Sayori would do that too. But I'm scared of Natsuki that it'll actually backfire, you know? Like, I did it with good intentions, but Natsuki will just be super pissed off that I'm trying to fix her problems. Because she has mentioned many times, you know, she freaked out when I called the police. What I suggested I should call the police. I mean, that is totally understandable. But, you know, like, she has refused every single offer of me to help. And then this is by far the most ultimate offer to help. So, you know, like, when she's already shut down so many offers to help, and then you do this, the ultimate sacrifice, kind of, you know? Would that backfire? It might. And then, you know, it's all for nothing. But if I stand by the sidelines, I don't really have any influence to begin with, so this doesn't really change too much in my opinion, but... But I don't want to... It may be a bit of a selfish thought, I don't want to leave the club either. I don't want to do that to Monika, I don't want to do that to Sayori most of all. And also not to Yuri, even though in this route, me and Yuri are not close whatsoever, but still, I wouldn't do that to Yuri. Don't want to do that to Yuri either. And also, I think it may also make Natsuki feel very sad that I have to sacrifice all this amount just to help her, and then she also may feel like that, you know, it is a bad thing to do. Because I sacrificed so much, and she's like, oh, I'm such a burden to him. It's kind of like what Sayori thinks as well. But, you know, Natsuki has already mentioned, like, when I figured out that she stole that candy bar, she's like, oh, just break up with me. I know you don't want to date him. You know, she also thinks that way. So this is by far the most ultimate thing I could do. And, yeah, you know, it can... I'm seeing in the donate the money, it is way too risky. I don't know. It has such an extreme outcome. It could have an extremely positive outcome, but at the same time it could also have an extremely negative outcome. This could also have an extremely negative outcome, but it's not like really like it could have done too much about it or something. I don't know. This feels like, you know, to draw another comparison, this is like going along the same roads, you know? Going along the same roads as human beings is far easier than turning around and going a different direction. I mean, my example may be very simple, but going along the things that you've done or making a drastic change, making a drastic change is very difficult for human beings. In general, you know, some people don't care, but, you know, like, in general, making a drastic change as comparing to just go along with what you've been doing so far, this is way more difficult than that. So this may feel a lot safer or a lot more comfortable or whatever, but this may be the correct thing. But like I said, there are so many things that could backfire at the same time. You know, I could be depressed too. You know, I lose my friends, I lose the club activities, I lose essentially all my spare time. Never hang out with, I couldn't even hang out possibly with the girl that I'm trying to save at this point. So, you know, like, what is the point? I mean, I do save her, which is awesome, of course. Like, if nothing backfires, as in Natsuki accepts my help and, you know, it all goes well, still, I can't hang out with her because constantly I have to work. And that could possibly also make Natsuki feel very sad, like all this trouble he has to go through to get to help me. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna turn out horribly. Regardless of what I choose. Like, I feel like just knowing my luck or whatever, it's just like, it doesn't matter which choice I make. Only the negative things of that choice are going to happen. Like, if I donate the money, Natsuki's either going to hate it, she's gonna refuse it because she thinks I'm being an idiot or whatever, or if she accepts it, she's going to feel very sad that I have to do so much effort in order to help her. Or if I do this, then, you know, like, my character doesn't do enough and then something bad happens to Natsuki anyway, you know? Like, I feel like no matter what I choose, I only see the negatives. But I really don't want to leave the club either. Again, that's a bit of a selfish thought, but still. Okay, I've made it. Okay, I don't know if this is the correct choice or not. I've saved so I can load, but I think that's worth it. Yeah, I don't know. I'm already having second guesses. I love Natsuki and I'm willing to give up the club for her. If it wasn't love, I wouldn't care so much. That makes sense, right? Well, to me it does. Actually, what does the guy say when you choose the other option? I don't know that I don't know. Now that I really think about it, it might not be such a good idea to give her all my money. I mean, for one thing, I don't want to treat her like a charity case. Yeah, you see, that's also what Am I gonna... hang on, also, let's be rational about this, right? If leaving the club really how would leaving the club really be the correct choice? I mean, this entire mod, this entire game is about your interactions in the club. And then the majority part, then the final part of, like, the large part of this story would be away from the clubbers? I don't know. I'm just way too fucking scared. Yeah, but also this. I don't know how else she would take it if I just randomly give her 25,000 yen out of pity. Because, you know, I mean, it's with the best intentions, but, you know, knowing Natsuki, you know. I could give her a bit, you know. Plus, it's just not my responsibility to support her financially. I mean, I'm only a high schooler. I do love her, but I'm not even really an adult yet myself. There are probably better ways to handle all this. Like, it'd help more if I encouraged her to see a therapist or contact the authorities, right? Just giving her my grocery money, I don't think it's going to fix anything in the long run. Yeah, that's also a thing. I mean, I could give her that 25,000 yen right now, but if they're financially struggling, that's not just going to stop after... Now, it'll stop for a bit, but after a while, that 25,000 yen is going to run out. And then, you know, I would have to do it again in order to fix it again. But I can't because I don't have it anymore. Yeah, honestly, she'd probably get really mad at me if I tried to do that anyway. That's what I was mostly scared of. That it would heavily backfire. Not to mention, I'd have to spend all my time working to earn more money. That'd mean basically throwing away my social life by leaving the club. Sayori, Monika, Yuri. The girls in the club are all good friends. They took me in when I needed it the most. I can't just let that slide. Sayori has been my friend for over 10 years, which just goes to show how long these friendships can last for. We've been friends for years now, and I've had less problems than Natsuki. And I've had 2 months... What? We've been friends for years now, and we've had less problems than Natsuki and I have had in 2 months into our relationship. So yeah, I don't think giving Natsuki my money is the right choice. I'll just try to help Natsuki in my current state. Besides, she said that her dad hitting her was just a one-time... Yeah, well, I don't believe that still, but alright. I hope that's true. She knows him far better than I do. And besides, even if he does hit her again, I'm definitely calling the police, even if she breaks up with me. I'd rather be single than let her suffer like that. It's decided then. I'm staying in the club and keeping the money. Yeah, both sides have a lot of things that could go very well and a lot of things that could go very wrong. But I think still, in the very end, deciding to give her the money has the possibility to make things more wrong than right. I think. I mean, even if it, yeah, like the guy said, I kind of didn't really think about that, but yeah, it's not really a long-term solution. It's temporary. I could give her the money now, and then it would solve things temporarily, and I could buy some food and stuff, but you know, if they don't make any money, then you know, it would run out at some point, then... Yeah, I do think... Yeah, okay, I'll fuck it. I'll stick with this decision here. Anyway. Whew, that was a tough one. Hope you Romans enjoyed the video. Click the like button if you did. Subscribe to join the Roman army, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later, Romans. Valete.